Hi, I'm Kevin Salisbury with Eleete Real Estate. Welcome to another episode of Kevin Knows Portland. Today I'd like to share my thoughts on the Portland real estate market as we head into the spring season. As we begin to wind down the first quarter of this year, we have continued to see prices stay relatively flat here in the Portland metro, up just 1.3% from January to February and up 4.6% year over year. So while home values are still appreciating, the rate at which they're doing so is at a more moderate and more sustainable level. Inventory numbers, on the other hand, have dropped and are down 18% from January to February and back below 3 months worth of inventory for the market as a whole. Our average number of days on market is currently at 75 days. Now, what's interesting is that when you start to break it down by price point, we begin seeing signs of what we would call a dual market. A dual market is when current homeowners can sell their entry-level home quickly and for a premium while simultaneously buying at a higher price point where they're able to negotiate a discounted price. And as we look at stats across the Portland metro region, we're beginning to see signs of movement towards this type of market. Right now, our entry-level price point is anything at or below $450,000. And over the last 6 months, homes that were listed at this price point sold on average for 99.6% of their asking price. This is called the sale price to list price ratio. These same homes on average took just 37 days from being listed to have an accepted contract. Taking this a step further and looking at homes listed after the first of the year, we see that homes in this price point took just 10 days to have an accepted contract and sold for 101% of their asking price. So this segment of our market is still very much a seller's market, and competition for home buyers is still very much alive. However, as we increase our price point in $100,000 increments, we begin to see a small decrease in our sale price to list price ratio and an increase in the average number of days on market. Meaning, the higher we go in price, the longer it's taking for sellers to sell, and the more likely they are to negotiate or reduce their price. In fact, for all price points over $600,000, homes have been selling on average for 95% or less of their original asking price. Oftentimes, sellers are having to reduce their price 1 to 2 times prior to receiving an accepted offer. So to me, this indicates a great trade-up market across nearly every price point. So what does this all mean for you? First, for homeowners who have owned their home longer than, say, 3 or 4 years, I think it's a good time to be asking yourself what your long-term plans are for your current home. If you don't feel like you're in your long-term home, I think it's a good opportunity to sit down and understand what your home would trade for in the current market, as well as how that would set you up for purchasing your next home. It could be a great opportunity for you to trade up. Secondly, for home buyers, especially those looking to purchase at that entry-level price point, I go back to something that I said in a previous video. In the current market, buyers have to be prepared to act quickly when the right home comes along. So get pre-approved and have a plan for funding your down payment prior to shopping for homes. That way, when the right home comes along, you'll be ready to make a move, and I can help guide you on crafting the right offer so that you end up being the one that gets the home if it's a competitive scenario. Of course, as always, everyone's situation is a little bit different, so if you have any inclination on making a move in the real estate world, give me a call. I'd love to sit down and talk strategy. Thanks so much for watching.